Hey party people, welcome back to another episode of Versus by BP Fun. I'm Captain Zeus, that there is Novaverse, and we got a pretty interesting matchup here for you guys. Today's episode, we'll be going over a matchup between two of the more dominant characters in their respective universes. We got Omni-Man from the Invincible series, and we'll be referencing the show a little bit, but mostly the comic counterpart for him, as well as Homelander from the Boys series as well. And because there's more seasons, we'll be referencing his show counterpart. I will be taking the stance of Homelander. Nova will be taking the stance of the Omni-Man. And without further ado, let the Omni-Man train get destroyed, because he's putting Mark through it.
Exactly. Well, in this fight, Omni-Man will be putting Mr. Homelander. I totally forgot his name. Mr. Homelander through a train. Just so little recap-ish. If you're like, who's Omni-Man? Omni-Man is a Viltrumite, came down to Earth. You know, they're kind of like
Aliens.
yeah, como se dice aliens. And they kind of go to different planets and spread the wealth, you know what I mean? You know, kind of take over their respective planet whenever they get there. Omni-Man is the one that went to Earth. He's kind of like the respected, like, #1 hero on Earth. If you see in the first season, he kind of shows his true colors after kind of defeating the Justice League of Earth, per se, and then almost killing his son. So yeah, that's Omni-Man basically. He kind of like, you know, Superman, super strength, has ability of flight, highly resistant to like cold and heat. Also with Viltrumites, they have, you know, they can kind of like evolve their body to certain situations they need to survive in. And I mean, that's kind of like the premise of, you know, Viltrumites, Omni-Man in general. In the, I'm saying so much. So literally in the first season, going over like the feats that Omni-Man goes over. First season, literally the first episode, like I said, literally defeats the Justice League of Earth, which was like literally Earth's final defense, I guess you could kind of say. And literally, I mean, came out like marked up, but
Dad.
nevertheless defeated the Justice League of Earth. Literally murdered them. Literally came out of nowhere, but you know,
RKO.
love that part. And then we have him fighting his half human, half Viltrumite son in the end of season 1, literally clapping him up. I mean, don't take that out of context.
That's
Um,
so sad.
literally, literally destroying him in battle, leaving him in a crater of his own blood and tears after flying away because he is such an amazing father and he didn't want to kill his son. And if you have, I don't know the order of the videos are going to come out. I do cover Mr. Invincible, Mark Grayson, not Mark Henry. And I tell you, he is Duracell. He is very durable. He loves taking punches and hits. And I mean, if Omni-Man is leaving him in a crater crying, like, Dad, please, going up against Homelander, he's going to be begging for milk or something in a crater because Homelander is not standing a chance against Omni-Man. I mean, I don't even think Homelander knows what space is. And Omni-Man, I mean, he ventures out to space in a regular. I mean, he is a alien species known for literally murdering all their other species and leaves only the best species alive. Homelander, he's like, hey, I was born one day with superpowers. Hey, what's going on? He doesn't know anything. And then Omni-Man's just murdering, I don't know, his cousin or something just to prove that he's the best. So, I don't know, Homelander. You're fighting a very steep uphill battle on this one. Uh,
Well, I mean, the thing with uphill battles is once you get to the top, you know you're the best, and that's what Homelander is in this universe. He is the #1. He is the Homelander. Now, two things you got wrong there, all right, buddy, old pal. One,
Okay.
Homelander definitely knows about space. All right, he can see it. He can
Oh,
fly. Remember, he can go up there if he wants to. Now the second thing is Omni-Man doesn't even know what a home is. Let's be honest. He travels around
okay.
so much. He literally refers to people as pets. Like, doesn't really have any connections to a stable model American house, home, life, dream. You know what I mean? And
hmm
Homelander does, kind of, but that's not the point. Homelander, the Homelander, is the pinnacle of Compound V and the
hmm
Vought Enterprise. He was not born with his powers, not like anyone in that universe. He was given to them at a very, 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 very young age. Like infancy, toddlerism,
In the beginning.
in the beginning. And he had to grow and get accustomed to his powers, obviously, by himself. I mean, he had doctors that assisted with it and testing to make sure everything was fine, that he didn't have any deformities or anything like that, at least physically. And, he became a superhero, which is what everybody would want to do, right? Even Omni-Man became a superhero when he came down to Earth. It's just such a
Yeah.
captivating role. And you learn how Homelander does have the strengths of the typical Superman type of character. He's got super speed, he's got flight, he's got super strength, he has essentially invulnerability to an extent. He has super hearing, he has X-ray vision, he has heat vision,
hmm
and I believe that's it. Now, comparing that to Omni-Man's abilities, which are strength and speed, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to try to beat some laser beams coming straight to your eye sockets, or if the Homelander can hear your literal heartbeat and the sweat coming off of your muscles as you move. He can literally dodge you easily. It's not even competition. His abilities alone far exceed Omni-Man's by a lot, by a large margin. Like, this is why he'd be on par with Superman, because they have such similar abilities, which, watch our first video if you want to see how that went out. He has such similar abilities that fight would be so interesting to watch, let alone, like, Homelander would win that easily. And yes, Omni-Man and Homelander, they are more of the evil, if you will, type of characters where they don't care about human collateral. If they die, whatever. So we don't have to worry about that coming into play. Now, if for whatever reason Omni-Man tries to get the one up, Homelander will honestly just, like, he keeps himself contained, right, in a little cage. And if that cage is broken, man, it's just full on berserk mode. And with the laser vision that he'll be able to cause immense damage to Omni-Man alone, especially if it gets into any orifices or like the eyes. That's it, gone. He also has super hearing, so he could hear where Omni-Man's going to be coming from, especially if, for whatever reason, maybe his eyes are gone. He could hear everything. And he still has super speed and flight and strength, mind you, as that. So, honestly, I don't even know why we're even talking about this. This is a Homelander dub for the win. Taking it home, if you will.
All right. So first off, we should just rename this to Invincible versus Homelander. Because honestly, Omni-Man's just gonna let his son practice on Homelander.
Oh,
If I'm gonna be honest,
oh.
Omni-Man don't even need a fight.
Didn't even know he was a
Okay.
caring dad.
Yeah, he's a very caring father. He trained him for literally a week or something. I don't know. Um.
Maybe.
Anyways, those laser beam eye things, not even worried about it. He's gonna be like, please, and then he's gonna like deflect those lightnings or something like that. I don't know what he would do,
But they're not
honestly.
lightnings,
But
they're,
it's
they're lasers.
lasers. I don't care. Anyways, it's not gonna affect him for what so freaking ever. And super hearing, he's gonna be hearing hit Omni Man's cheeks, clapping his cheeks, and beating him up, and everything like that because he's gonna be losing and he's gonna hear it all because he has super hearing apparently. Um, I didn't read Homelander's credentials and stuff like that, but yeah. So not even worried about that. I mean, Homelander, like you were saying, he trained by himself. I mean, he had other people that like help him become a superhero like that. Like I covered. my man Omni-Man was raised in a species and family of, oh, good morning, mom and dad. What we doing today? Oh, we're gonna go murder your cousin so we can survive. That's literally how he was raised. I mean, Homelander was drinking milk, just hoping one day he could be a regular boy or something like
I mean,
that,
hey, milk is
or
good
be
for
a
the bones.
superhero. It is, I guess. You know what else is good for the bones? Blood. The blood of your cousin. I don't know why we're always killing your cousin for some reason, but
What do they ever do to you?
I don't know. They got in your way of being the #1 Viltrumite. That's
Well,
that's what they
Omni-Man
did
isn't
to it.
#1, so it's even better.
He isn't, but he's like in the top 10, maybe. I don't know. Top 10 Viltrumites.
Also,
Anyway.
I'm going to interject real quick. If you want to bring in a father-son duo in here,
Sure.
my friend Homelander, his dad, Soldier Boy, would come in easily, not only with super strength in the Captain America-esque type of character he is, with that freaking amazing shield he has, mind you, but he also is literally a walking nuke. This man will just go off and kamikaze on Invincible or Omni-Man to assist his good old dear son, Homelander, and show to him what a real man is.
First off, I thought you were gonna say his kid's son. I thought that I was like, why would he get in the fight? Um, but even if you did bring in Soldier Boy, I mean, Omni-Man would literally fly that nuke into space and let him die, and then come back to fight Homelander. I mean, if we're just being honest, Soldier Boy
What
is
if he
literally.
explodes before he even hits space? That's gone.
I honestly, even if he first off, he takes quite a bit of charge. He's like Kamehameha and all that, like Spirit Bomb kind of thing. He takes a while to
Still
charge.
hits.
Um, it will take literally milliseconds to fly him into space, and even if he didn't want to fly him into space, he could fly him like literally like halfway and then throw him the rest of the way if you really wanted to. I don't even think Soldier Boy is like affecting this fight whatsoever. He is just in the way, if I'm going to be completely honest. And even if he did somehow the nuke went off, that's not going to affect Omni-Man. He's Duracell Senior. He's taking that. He's taking that to the bank and depositing it.
That's a lot of hope you're giving Omni-Man and the Viltrumites, but you
He's
know
built
what
it.
else is hopeful? What the comments section thinks about this matchup, and what they feel about a Viltrumite against literally anybody. Let us know in the comments how you feel about this matchup and any of our other ones that you've done. What do you want to see us do a matchup video on next, or who you want these guys to go up against next? I'm Captain Zeus, that there's Novaverse. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.